All right, we are live on Facebook. I was a little bit late in doing the Facebook here, guys. Apologize. I've got to grab my wife and make her a personal speaker. But we do want to wish every single one of you, welcome every single one of you to our Wednesday night presentation. For those of you that we have not previously met, my name is Todd Strand. I got my wife Gina here in about 2 seconds. We are going to be giving the presentation tonight. But for my wife and I, this has just been one of those unbelievable, breathtaking, got to pinch ourselves kind of experiences. In fact, we got involved with the company and we've seen our team spread all over the world, simply showing people how they can do the one thing they've always dreamed of doing, which is traveling. We're showing people how they can travel for less. We're showing people how they can travel for virtually free. And of course, we're showing people, if you choose, how you can get involved with our company and actually turn fun into fortune, profit into passion. So without any further ado, Ms. Gina, I will turn this over to you. Let you make the opening remarks and we'll get into the slideshow.
All righty. Well, thank you. And good evening, everybody, to our Wednesday night presentation. I know Todd and I are super excited to be here with all of you. We are Gina and Todd Strand, and we are coming to you live from Southern California. And for all of our guests tonight, we're going to share with you a little bit more about the travel company. We're going to show you, like Todd said, how you can travel more, travel better, and travel for less when you choose to join us. There's a big secret in the travel industry. And for most families, they do not realize that they can go on vacation, stay at 4- and 5-star resorts at the travel agent rate. And that is without tapping into their family budget, which I think is just so important for everyone. You know, it started for Todd and I when our daughter got a Division I scholarship to play softball back in Illinois. And with us living in Southern California, you can imagine our was getting pretty expensive, you know, staying in hotels and renting cars to follow and watch her play around the country. So we were introduced to this company and we decided to test the product. And we realized that we were saving 40, 50, you know, sometimes maybe 30% off, but sometimes 70% off on our hotels. And as you can imagine, we started sharing that with the other parents on the team, and our business continued to spread. Now, before we joined Travorium, we only knew one person outside the United States. But as we continued to share our story with friends and family and other parents on teams, our business grew to over 60 countries. And I was really fortunate about 13 months ago that I was able to tell my corporate job of 20 years that I didn't need to work there anymore. I made a pretty significant income, but what Todd and I had done by building our Travorium business had 10 times what I was making there. So now we get to travel together and share other families how they can do the same. And Todd, you got that other side with the corporate office? There you go. So here you see is our CEO and founders, David and Adela Hart, and they are world-class entrepreneurs. They have a combined 30 years of experience in both traditional business and direct sales businesses. David Hart was Entrepreneur Finalist of the Year at the age of 24. And our company just entered into its 11th year in business. We are debt-free and have paid millions of dollars out in commissions. Now, we have spread to over 63 countries, and we have customer service in several languages. The beautiful building you see there on the screen is our corporate headquarters in Temecula, California. We also have a corporate presence in Madrid, Spain, and Cartagena, Colombia. Now, our goal as a company is to show people how they can book travel at the travel agent rate, how they can earn free travel, and if they choose, how they can turn passion into profits and turn this into a business. Travel is the single largest industry in the world. It's on most people's bucket list. And if you were to ask your friends and family, what is the #1 thing they wish to do? They would say travel. And then you say, well, why aren't you doing so? And they say they simply can't afford to travel. So our company has turned what was once unaffordable into affordable and show people how they can start making their dreams come true now. Todd, you want to share with everybody a little bit more about our product?
Yeah, in fact, one of the things I pulled up was actually some stats regarding the travel being the single largest industry in the world. In fact, this is an article that came out from Fortune magazine, and this came out just this past week. Now, this article, it doesn't hone in on the baby boomers, which is a group of people that are in their retirement age, already spending tons of money in travel. And again, travel's already the single largest industry in the world. But this article focused in on Gen Z and the millennials. Now, if you're wondering just how big Gen Z and the millennials are, I went and pulled up the numbers, pulled up the stats. I grabbed it for you right now. They happen to represent 63.5% of the population, ages between 11 and 42. Okay. So the majority are in the travel age, but some are not traveling yet. They're 11. But what it tells you that for the next decade, for the next 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades, this is a group of people that they don't view travel as a luxury. They view travel as a necessity. And 84% would rather take a dream vacation than purchase a new luxury item, meaning that the amount of money that's going to spend on travel is about to go up to a degree of magnitude we can't even imagine, because 2/3 of the global population that's just now coming into their prime earning years, some of them are 11, meaning for the next 10, 20, 30 years, you're going to have this explosion, because this is a group of people where experiences are more important than things. And so again, it's trends that make you rich. And business experts have proven that the larger the industry that you're involved in, the greater the chances are for success. Well, that means also the inverse is true. The smaller the industry, the more niche the industry, the more difficult it is to make money. And it just doesn't get any better than getting involved in the single largest industry in the world. The one thing everybody wants to do, I want to travel, I want to go here, I want to go there. And we're going to show you how you can do it, the travel agent rate up to 70% off. We're going to show you how you can earn vacations for virtually nothing. And as Gina mentioned, you can turn passion into profit. Now, the dirty secret in the travel business is the fact that there's just 2 companies in travel. 2 companies control the entire thing. Now, that's not just me saying that. That's NBC News Los Angeles. In fact, I'm going to turn on this little video clip, and you can hear from NBC News. They broke the story 18 months ago about what's going on in travel that nobody seems to know.
If you go to online travel sites and scour them looking for the best hotel deal, you may be actually wasting your time.
NBC4 consumer investigator Randy Mack is here to explain how that works.
That's right. There's a reason these deals look similar. And the problem is that these third-party sites often fall under the umbrella of 1 or 2 companies. So while you think you're searching for multiple companies looking for the very best deal, every deal you're considering may actually be from the same company.
Many savvy travelers look for the best hotel deals online.
I usually look at sites that kind of claim to have the best deals.
It seems like there's a lot of competition.
I've used Expedia, Trivago, there's Booking.com.
Always looking for a bargain. I like to see the red numbers that make you think like you're getting a good deal.
But that may not be the case.
Almost all those sites are owned by 1 of 2 companies.
According to the nonprofit Consumer's Checkbook, Expedia and Booking Holdings owns 95% of third-party booking sites. That means shopping around may be a waste of time.
If you go to online travel sites.
I apologize, guys. I cut off the video. He was about next to say, and calling the hotel directly isn't going to help you either, because the hotels hotels won't undercut Expedia or Priceline's price for fear that they're going to get kicked off the platform. There goes all their business. So when you understand that it's Expedia and Priceline controlling the traffic, controlling the price, and let me give you a specific example. Our daughter, Amanda, she's an oral surgeon in Pennsylvania. She got married not that long ago. Her husband's a dentist and she's in the dental field. They both got great income. And they were looking to take a honeymoon to the Maldives. And they want to get one of those private bungalows where you got the water all around you. You can jump off your own back deck straight into the ocean. Well, on Expedia's website, those go for about $10,000. On our site, the exact same room, on the exact same day, the exact same everything, it was $6,000. $4,000 cheaper. And occasionally I get people say, well, come on, Todd, that's a big company. How are you guys getting a better rate than them? To which I reply, that's what I'm trying to tell you. We don't have a better rate than them. The rate is $6,000. Expedia chose to mark it up to $10,000, then buy up every other website you can think of. So that when you go check all the prices, all you see are 10 grand. You got the hotel afraid to undercut Expedia's price. So they're like, yeah, it's 10 grand. That's the price. And so you're thinking, hey, it must be 10 grand. Everyone keeps saying 10 grand, but it's really 6 grand. And that's how these guys became one of the 10 largest internet companies in the world, although they don't own anything travel related. They don't own a hotel. They don't own a cruise line. They don't even have a car rental agency. How are they making billions and billions and billions and billions every single month? Just like Amazon, Google, Facebook, Alibaba, eBay, Netflix. We all know the names. They're making billions and billions every month. How are they doing that? Because they're taking the wholesale price, jacking it up, and selling it to you. And to cover up the scheme, they bought up every other travel site you can think of. We own them all. So when you check, you're going to see the same price. You think you're price shopping, but you're not. And so again, when you get rid of all of that markup, you can save a bloody fortune on travel. Now, as good as all of that is not what made us huge. What made us big is what I'm about to show you next. It's our Dreamcation platform. And this is where we can show anybody anywhere on any budget how they can have an unbelievable vacation every single year. Now, I'm going to do this from our platinum product perspective. It's our #1 seller by far. And when you buy the platinum product, it means you're getting 3,000 points per year. Well, what does that mean? It means you're getting 3 actual vacations per year. Okay. So we're talking 3 vacations at the premium price, right? This is our #1 seller. Now, so you get the platinum and you're going to get 3 vacations. What kind of vacations? Well, you can come down to Cabo San Lucas, 7 nights, 8 days. You trade in 1,400 points. Now, remember, you're getting 3,000 points per year, and you get 1 trip that does not require points. So you have enough points to buy 2 trips, 1 point that doesn't require a trip that doesn't require points. You're getting 3 actual vacations per year. Okay. And so most trips are 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, somewhere in that range. And so you can come to Cabo San Lucas, amazing resort, 7 nights, 8 days for nothing. You just trade in your points and go. I mean, you might have paid the tax on it, right? $50, $60, whatever it is. Maybe you want to go to the Canary Islands, right? We happen to have these places all over the world. Maybe you want to get a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. Now you want a full kitchen, living room, dining room, flat screen TV. You're looking for a jacuzzi tub and the master suite. You're looking for a place like you see on the screen right now. This is 10 minutes from Disney. This is a name brand resort. It's a 4 or 5-star property. You can see your full kitchen, your living room, dining room. You can see your bedroom that flows into the bathroom where your jacuzzi tub is. You can see the swimming pool, the palm trees. You can be here 7 nights, 8 days for $84. You just trade in your points and go. And oh, by the way, if you tell 3 other people how they can legitimately save big time money on travel, at that moment, you are now earning more than you're spending, which is to say, this is not costing you anything on an ongoing monthly basis, right? You are earning those travel points on an ongoing basis for free. They're costing you nothing, nada, zilch, goose egg, cero dinero. It translates in every language, free. And you take your free points and you're going to turn them in for vacations, just like the one I'm about to show you this very moment. Now, this is a trip that my wife and I went on not that long ago. This was in Cabo San Lucas, and the video speaks for itself. Okay, guys, we are here on a Travorium getaway. We are in Cabo San Lucas at a place called Garza Blanca. Now, they just built this place in the last 2 years, brand new 5-star property. By the way, say hi, Miss Gina.
Hi.
And we are here at this incredible resort for absolutely nothing. Why? Because we got involved with the membership. And the membership allows you to book travel for up to 70% off the regular way. By the way, they got an infinity pool up there. We'll be shooting some video from there later on. But the membership allows you to save huge on travel. Well, you also get to earn points every single month. Well, if you tell 3 other people how to save big time money on travel, you get to earn your points for free. Well, my wife has an account. She told 3 people. I have an account. I told 3 people. So between the 2 of us, we're earning 500 points per month. Well, this particular location only costs 1,300 points to come down here for 7 nights, 8 days for absolutely nothing. Membership has its privileges. So that's just one of the many vacations guys we've taken everywhere. We were just in Cancun 2 weeks ago. We were at an all-inclusive, all the food, all the drinks, everything included, 24-hour room service, mini bar in our room. We had this huge balcony. In fact, it was an L-shaped balcony. We had 4 different pieces of furniture on the balcony. That gives you an idea how big the balcony was. And we were overlooking the pool, the lake. We could see the ocean, the entire resort, the sunset right there. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was amazing. And we were down there for a couple $100 after trading in our free points. Why? Because she told 3, I told 3, take our points, trade them in for incredible trips just like this. Now, how many trips do we have? Well, just in the getaway section alone, we have over 400,000 weeks. There's no contracts. There's no blackout dates. You can book 365 days out of the year, and we have them all over the world. We have them in fact, I took a screenshot from my phone of the menu in the back office. You want to go to the United States, Mexico, Canada, Caribbean, Europe, Australia, South Pacific, South America, Central America, Asia, Africa, Middle East. Now, if you use the arrow out to the left, you click that down, and the United States, it pulls up all the different states. And then underneath those states, you have all kinds of different places. For example, if you look at the third one from the left, it says Connecticut, Delaware, okay? Well, then you see Florida, Florida Disney. Disney has its own section. Florida Other, Florida East Coast, Florida West Coast, Florida Panhandle, right? I mean, some states have multiple locations within the state of where you might want to go. So then I pulled up, hey, let's just take a look at the Disney area alone, right? Let's assume you want to go to Disney. I put in the date of May 15th. You can see the date right here. If you look at my mouse, oops. So you see the date right here, May 15th. And I did a search, and it pulled up 64 different places, in that date range that you could go just in the Disney area alone. So people say, oh, yeah, are you going to have a place for me? In the Disney area alone, there's 64 places at the time of the search, right? Guys, there are 400,000 weeks. There's over 100 world tours, over 100 trip incentives. There's no time of the year that you cannot go on an unbelievable, amazing blockbuster vacation for virtually nothing if you tell 3 other people, which, by the way, this is the big idea, that when you can show moms and dads how they can take their families on incredible vacations without tapping into the already stretched family budget. That is the idea that's winning the kitchen tables all over the world. And I'm just going to walk you very quickly through some of the other kinds of trips that we have, right? Now, these happen to be our world tours. Now, you might say, what's the difference between a getaway and a world tour? Getaways are typically 7 nights, 8 days. You can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom studio, full kitchen, living room, that kind of thing. You and your family go on your own, have a great time. World tours are always at 4- and 5-star properties. And when we go to a world tour, you're not the only one there. We have people from our company coming in from all over the world. So, for example, we're all going to be in Paris, France next month. We have people coming in from everywhere. All kinds of countries are going to be there for the world tour in Paris, France. And so you're going to have people that speak French, Spanish, Arabic, English, Haitian, I mean, you name it, right? And so it's going to be incredible to meet, people that are like-minded. And what it does, it creates an experience you cannot buy online. But even when you are there and you meet all these people, you're like, oh my gosh, these people are amazing. Well, of course you think they're amazing. They're just like you. And when you get to meet people from all over the world and you get to be at this incredible place for next to nothing, that once you've gone through it, you're like, okay, now I get it. Oh my gosh, when's the next one? That was incredible. And so I'm going to walk you through some of the kinds of world tours that we have. Maybe you want to go to Dubai. This is a 5-star property, your waterfront, breakfast included. When I say breakfast, they got like 7 different serving stations. When you're done with breakfast, you ain't gonna need lunch, right? In fact, they got an example of the breakfast right there in the lower right-hand corner of the picture. I mean, that's an example of the kind of breakfast you can have, right? They got everything up there. And you can come here for 6 days. Total price, $99 after you trade in your platinum points. And what did those platinum points cost you if you tell 3 other people? Nothing, nada, goose egg. I am literally staying here for $99, 6 days, again, with breakfast included. Maybe I want to go to Cartagena, Colombia. In fact, we just rolled out a brand new promo on this one. You can go to Cartagena with breakfast included, not for the $199 I'm showing. We have one later this year for $49. Maybe you want to go to Montego Bay, Jamaica. All of the food, all of the drinks, everything included. 24-hour room service, mini bar in your room. You are here for less money than the cost of a Motel 6. Maybe you want to go to Portugal. Maybe you want to go to Puerto Vallarta. You can go here with all of the food, all of the drinks, everything included, $29. Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the 5-star brand new resort they just built. It was $4.5 billion to build this 5-star property. You can come here for 5 days, $76 total price. Guys, you can't go to the Roach Motel where they steal your towel for $76, guys. You can go and live in luxury for $76 after trading your platinum points. Maybe you want to go to Rome. You want to go to Malaga, Spain for $32. How about Morocco for $9? You want to go to Denmark, Copenhagen. By the way, we have a brand new one on this one. It was $144. Now they have a promo later this year. In fact, I'm going to pull up the picture here because I just took a picture of this one. I just didn't update my slide. Apologize for that, guys. I was doing my thing. I did it for the Spanish team. I just didn't do it for the English. You got to keep all the languages straight, right? Here we go. Copenhagen. Ready? New World Tour. Right there. $9, Copenhagen. So you can go here for $9, not $144. If you don't have the $9, get together with me and Gina. We will loan you the $9 so that you can go to Copenhagen and you can make installments to repay us back over time, right? I'm being funny here, but I'm trying to emphasize the fact that we're removing every barrier you can possibly think of that would stand between you and an amazing vacation. Maybe you want to go to Vail, Colorado. By the way, this is at the height of, this is right before Christmas. This is when everyone in the world dreams of going to one of those little villages where they got all the coffee shops and the cookie shops, and you see the Hallmark movies and the snow is falling and people are ice skating, right? Well, it costs thousands of dollars a night to stay in a 5-star place like this. Guess what? You can go here for 5 days, breakfast included, total price $852. Yes, that is an unbelievable steal, and it's a memory you will never forget. Lake Geneva. I mean, look at, you were literally on the lake. I mean, that is your view right there. You were here for $300. Maybe you want to go to Punta Cana, $42 a day. France. Again, we're going to be here next month. Unbelievable price. You want to go to Venice, Italy? It's only $1. Now, my wife and I, we went here in March, and we didn't go on the world tour. We had to book through the travel portal. I think we booked our room for 56% off, right? We got an amazing deal. However, I had to pay for the water taxi. Now, a lot of you may not realize this. When you land at the airport, you can get in a regular cab, or you can go out the back door and you get in a water taxi. I mean, yes, the water butts up to the airport. You get in the water taxi and it's going to take you to the World Tour Resort. Well, I had to pay for the water taxi because I wasn't on the World Tour. And the water taxi alone was $176 each direction. So $176 times 2 just for the water taxi. You might be thinking, well, then why don't you take the regular taxi? Because what's the point of going to Venice if you're not going to take the water taxi? The water taxi pulls you right up to your hotel, on the water. They tie the boat up, right? I mean, it's part of the experience. And so just in the water taxi alone, remember, you are here for $1 after trading your platinum points. What do those platinum points cost you? Nothing if you tell 3 other people how to save big time money and travel. The water taxi alone is $352. Plus you're getting breakfast included every day. By the way, the breakfast at the Hyatt, it's about $100 a day. That's another $400 or $500 in breakfast. Just between water taxi and breakfast, it's $800. You were here for $1. It's an amazing place. You're never going to forget Venice. You can go to Athens, Greece. By the way, it says as low as $308. We have a promo running where you guys can go to Athens, Greece. Right here, I'll pull it up for you. Let me make my screen bigger so you can see it better. Apologize. Come on, turn sideways on me. There we go. It is $99, guys. Now, my wife and I were here in Athens. We were here in March. Again, this is at a 5-star, unbelievable place. Breakfast included, 7 serving stations for breakfast. The breakfast alone is $100 a day. We had this amazing room where we had a door that went to our balcony off of the bedroom. We had a door that went to the balcony off the sitting room. When you're on the balcony, you have a view of the ocean. You have a view of all of downtown Athens, Greece, all the mountains surrounding Athens, all of that. And while you're sitting on my balcony, I took this picture. That is a picture of the Parthenon. That is 2,500 years old. I mean, it's still standing, 500 years older than Christ himself. That is the reason everybody goes there. You are guaranteed this same view. You can go to Athens, Greece, breakfast included, huge room, 5-star luxury, sit on your balcony sipping wine, looking at the Parthenon, and it's going to cost you $99. Guys, you can't go to a movie and dinner for $99, but you can go to Athens, Greece for $99. Like, trust me, guys, that experience is not the same. I mean, it's great to take your gal out to dinner and a movie. It's another thing to take them to Athens, Greece. I mean, that's a whole other thing, right? I mean, they ain't gonna forget that one. All right, how about the beaches of the Hawaii? You can go here. We had a promo running now where you could take people. You could get up to 10 days now on the beaches of Hawaii for $536. Crete, Greece, all the food, all the drinks, everything included. $319. And guys, I'm just giving you a fraction of the world tours, right? I mean, this is just a little taste of the kinds of places that we have. Now, to get involved in our company, the first decision you have to make is, do I want to make money? And if you want to make money, do I want to tell 3 people and have my whole membership that costs me nothing on an ongoing basis, right? Well, that is a $79 decision. I want to become a partner. I want to get a replicated website. I want an ID number. I want all the tracking, all that kind of stuff that you guys do to track this stuff, right? Well, again, it's $79. one-time cost per year, right? So you pay your 79 bucks. Now I'm a partner. From there, you simply decide, hey, what level of membership would you want? Do you want the small, which is $49 today, and then $49 a month? This allows you to book at the travel agent rate. Do you want the medium? That's $129 today, and then $69 per month. That allows you to book at the travel agent rate. And then, of course, you get one vacation per year. And then, or you want the platinum, the one that everyone actually does. And that is $249 today. That is $125 per month. You get to book at the travel agent rate. You're getting all that tier one sexy pricing I showed you, where you can go to Venice for $1 and all these other places for $9 or $29, right? You're getting that tier one pricing, and you're getting 3 actual vacations per year. And oh, by the way, if you tell 3 other people how they can save big time money on travel, how much is this costing you on an ongoing basis? And the answer is 0, nada, goose egg, cero dinero, right? We've covered that. I'm going to keep covering that because it's a huge point. And guys, 3 people's a joke. I mean, you're not going to get 3, you're going to get 333 or 33, right? And it's not tough to find people that want to save big time money on travel. Now, further, if you work this business as a business with an intention for a profit, you get to write off your house, spouse, kids, meals. How about writing off travel? I mean, when we went to Europe, we went to Venice, we went to Barcelona, we went to Athens, Greece. We wrote everything off. If I bought a coffee in the airport, wrote it off. If I got my shoes shined, wrote it off. When I got my suit cleaned, wrote it off. Bought a brand new shirt for the trip, wrote it off. Because we were there, we're in the travel business, right? I mean, we were there doing business. It doesn't matter if I'm going to have fun. It doesn't matter if I go to see the Parthenon. I mean, I'm in the travel business. Of course, I went to see the Parthenon. Of course, I went to video the whole thing and show it to all my potential customers, right? Of course, I did all those things. Again, guys, you can write everything off. Your internet, cell phones. Well, you guys can Google this topic. In fact, I want you to Google it. I want you to buy best-selling books on it. And I want you to go see your local tax professional, because you're going to find out that you can save somewhere between $400 and $500 per month on taxes by simply having a home-based business that you run with an intention for a profit. Well, if you're saving $400 to $500 a month on taxes, and it only costs $125 a month for the membership, is this costing you money, or is this making you money? Let me think about this. If I don't have the home business, I don't get to save the money on taxes. If I do have the home business and I get to save $500, right? Of course, I got to pay $500, or I got to pay $125 for the membership. I'm saving $500. That is a net $375. You are making $375 just in tax savings. Now, don't take Uncle Todd's word for that. I want you to go see your own local tax professional. You can buy all kinds of best-selling books. You can Google it. I want you to know that you know that you know. I want you to know how to do it, how to validate it, how to document it. But again, whose side are you on? You are going to save 3 times minimum in taxes what it costs to be involved in the membership. Plus, you're getting 3 vacations per year. Plus, if I tell 3 other people, I'm not even paying the cost of the membership. Now I'm just saving $500 a month in taxes. That's $6,000 a year. Plus, I got 3 vacations, plus all the shopping and dining discounts, the entertainment discounts, movie discounts, NFL discounts. I mean, on and on and on and on, all the myriad of ways we're going to save you money. Now, let me move into the compensation program. Now, not everybody wants to get involved in our company and make money. Some people, man, I just want to save money on travel. Nothing wrong with that. Sign up. You're going to save a fortune. Some people, man, I just want to tell 3 people and kind of get those vacations for virtually nothing. Nothing wrong with that. Sign up, tell 3 people, you're good to go. But some people, man, the economy, right? I mean, inflation and everything's going up, and I got this job, and they ain't gave me a raise in forever. I mean, I'm struggling to pay the bills. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, and and I hear about AI and technology, and am I even going to have my job? And so lots of people are looking for a side hustle. They're looking to become part of the gig economy. And I want you to realize that some of the biggest companies that we celebrate every day, we talk about them like they're technology companies, right? We talk about them in glowing terms, but we didn't really think that, you know what? I never thought about it. They're really entrepreneurial platforms. For example, when you think about Uber, right? Oh my, I love Uber. I just, click on the button, they pick me up. Uber is a platform that helps people take the car they already own, and I can go drive people around so I can make money. It's an entrepreneurial platform. It exploded because so many people are looking to make extra money. Same thing with Lyft. What is eBay? Well, eBay is a place where people can sell all kinds of knickknacks and, you name it, and I can make some money. What about Amazon? We all know Jeff Bezos, Amazon, but what you probably didn't know is that 80% of what gets sold on Amazon is not owned by Amazon. It's little independent people like you and me. We buy some stuff, we bought it here, we ship it into Amazon, we got to label it and do all the stuff. They hold it in their warehouse. And when somebody buys it, they ship it and we get a commission check. But we're the ones that bought the inventory. We're the ones that shipped it in. Amazon was the computer and the clearinghouse and bought all the customers. But again, most of what gets sold on Amazon isn't owned by Amazon. It is a platform for little independent entrepreneurs to make money. What is Airbnb? Well, I'm renting out my house or my spare bedroom or whatever you want to call it. Why? To make some money. What is YouTube? It's nothing more than a platform where people go there, they produce videos on their own. There is no YouTube video. Show me a video made by YouTube. They don't make videos. They're just a platform where you and I can make videos. And we're hoping the video goes viral. We can sell some advertising so we can make some money, right? I mean, again, platform after platform, these are exploding because people realize today that going to school, getting a good, getting good grades, getting a degree, getting a job is no longer the ticket to the promised land. That might have worked in my father's generation. It might have worked in my father's generation, but it ain't working today. I mean, who are you kidding, right? Nobody's buying that story anymore. Today, people are looking for that little side hustle. What better than travel? Something I love to do, something that's fun to do, something that's fun to talk about. And I can show people how to do the one thing they've always been dreaming about doing at a price they never knew was possible. You can book for up to 70% off, or better yet, tell 3 people. Now you're going on trips for virtually nothing. How does that sound? I don't know. Let me pray about it. I mean, really? I mean, again, I understand you want to go validate it. You want to go verify that's true. But again, it's something that people want to do. We all know that. And so if you go out there and tell 3 people, right, and then your 3 tell 3 and their 3 tell 3, it kicks in what I call the social sharing ripple effect. Now, who else has taken advantage of this social sharing ripple effect? And the answer is Facebook and Instagram. If you think about Facebook and Instagram, they've never once ever run a commercial on television. They've never had an advertisement in a magazine or on the radio. So how do you get 2 billion users when you've never, ever run a commercial of any kind? And you think back, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I invited my friends and my friends invited their friends and their friends invited their friends. It was the social sharing ripple effect that led to 2 billion users and made Mark Zuckerberg one of the 10th richest men in the world. Now, the number one thing shared on social media is travel. Nobody goes on vacation without doing a photo dump. It is the number one thing that's shared on social media. If your friends are on vacation, you're going to know about it, right? Now, hey, here we are, big statue, thinking of you. I mean, everybody's posting, man, we're at the beach, we're doing this, we're doing that. I mean, when your friends are on vacation, you're going to know about it. Number one thing shared. And so, guys, this is so powerful. I just want to tell you the story about this amazing couple. This is Pastor Guy and Pastor Deborah Taylor. And I'm going to tell you the story because it demonstrates what I'm talking about with the social sharing. It demonstrates what I'm talking about, the power of people wanting to get 3 people so that they can get their vacations for virtually nothing and how that can spread. Now, Pastor Guy and Pastor Deborah, they got involved in our company about age 61. They were semi-retired, loved to travel. Deborah signed up first. She went out and told 3 people. So what's her membership costing her? That's right. Nothing on an ongoing basis. She's got all those points coming in for free. She's turning those points into actual vacations for virtually nothing. Her husband, Guy, says, hey, what a great idea. Think I'll do the same thing. So he signs up, right? He tells 3 people. Now he's got all his points coming in. So between the 2 of them, I mean, they're going on 5, 6 vacations a year. And so they're having the time of their life. Well, they begin to build their business. Deborah gets her business to about $3,000 a month, and Guy gets his business to about $2,000 a month. Well, then heartbreakingly, Pastor Guy, he passed away. And although Pastor Guy went to be with the Lord, although he's gone, that check of $2,000 per month, that check remains. That check comes in every single week. That check does not go away. This business is willable, inheritable, sellable. Now, is that what happens at your job? If you happen to pass away, are they going to keep paying that salary to your spouse, your kids, your grandkids? No, they just hire someone else. Thank you for giving up all your life. Thank you for giving up all your dreams. Next. I mean, again, talk about cattle call, right? So anyway, So pastor guy passes away. That check of $2,000 a month keeps coming in every single month. That check now goes to whoever he leaves it to. In this case, it was his wife, Deborah. And then she set it up for the grandkids. So they have 2 grandkids, Gracie and Ava. They are 4 and 6. They set that money up for them. They cannot touch the money till they're 25, by the way. That money's being invested every month. Well, 21 months later, after the passing of Pastor Guy, 21 months after his death, his check had gone from 24 grand a year to about 100,000 per year. Why? Because all those people below him have the incentive to go out and tell 3 people. I call it incentivized sharing. You're literally giving the customer a huge incentive to tell other people about the great deals they're getting. Hey, you got to see what I paid for this trip. You need to see this. Why would they do that? Because when I tell 3 other people how they can save money, my family's getting vacations for virtually nothing. And I want my family going on vacations, right? Every mother wants their family going on vacations. Every father, every child, mom, you need to do this. I want to go on vacation. And so again, I mean, everybody wants to experience what we're discussing. And so because they told a few who told a few, the team began to grow. The check continues to grow. The check went from 24 grand a year to 100 grand a year in 21 months. Now, by the way, he's about to become a 1-star ambassador in our company, which is to say that he's about to go to 130, 140,000 a year in income. The income is still growing. Is that how it works at the place where you work? If you were to pass on, heaven forbid, would they not only pay your family every single week, but you know what? We're going to raise your income from 24 grand a year to 100 grand a year in the next 21 months. And then we're going to give you about 140 grand a few months after that. And we'll just keep raising that income to make sure that your kids and your grandkids are all taken care of. Is that how it works where you work? And most of you are like, no, that is not how it works, right? You bought the wrong plan. Now, there's nothing wrong with a job. It puts food on the table, puts gas in the gas tank, right? But a job is where you start. It is not where you want to finish. You have to graduate from I'm exchanging time for dollars to a place where, you know what, I now have a business that's making me money, whether I work or not. Now, are we the only way you can do that? No, you can go become an insurance person. And if you sell a ton of insurance policies and people renew that life insurance, they renew that house insurance, they renew that car insurance, as long as they keep renewing that policy every year, you keep getting the residual income off those policies. You can build a book of business you live on. Is that the only way? No. You could be like Rocky Balboa, right? Sylvester Stallone. He did the movie Rocky 1 time back in the 1970s. You're thinking that, didn't he do Rocky 20 times? No, I meant he did Rocky 1 time, right? Back in the 1970s, he's still getting paid. He filmed that movie 1 time, getting paid every Thanksgiving, every holiday. They run Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 5, Rocky 10, Rocky 14. They run the whole series, right? Sylvester Stallone's like, that's right. Syndicated the whole thing. Show it, show it, show it. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Still making money 20, 30 years later off the work he did way back when, right? That's what we're describing here. But not only are you going to make money on the customers you tell, but those customers have the incentive to go get other customers and have this thing spread virally. And so again, I just wanted to give you some background, some context of what is actually happening. Now, I'm going to quickly show you the mechanics of our comp plan. Now, this is a binary compensation program, binary meaning 2. You have a left leg, you have a right leg. And so if you were to go out there and sponsor Julie, Julie is in your left leg, and you were to go out and sponsor, let's say, Derek, Derek is in your right leg. The very next person you bring on has to go below Julie or Derek, one of the 2. Let's assume that you bring on our good friend Hope, and you put Hope down below Julie. Well, Hope doesn't know Julie. Julie doesn't know Hope. But if Hope goes out there and builds a business, which she's actually doing right now, she's telling people and getting them signed up. Julie doesn't know Hope, doesn't know her people, but guess what? She's getting paid off all of those customers in the binary compensation program, exactly the same as Julie, exactly the same as you, exactly the same as Hope. We're building 2 legs straight down for the benefit of everybody. Now, I'm going to assume that you bring on 4 people. Why? Because I want to keep the legs even, right? You only got to get 3, and you're now earning more than you're spending, right? But I'm going to assume you bring on 4 people. That way you got 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So again, go out there and get 4 people. You got free vacations, right? Help your 4 people tell a couple people each. You got 8 customers on the left, 8 customers on the right. You are now earning $400 to $700 a month reoccurring residual income. That's an extra 5 to 8 grand a year. Some people do this in a day. Some people do this in a week. Some people do this in a month. Some people do this in a quarter. Some people take some a year. I don't know you. I don't know your mix of skills. But I do know that if some people are doing this their first month, it's obviously something highly doable, right? Here's an extra $400 to $700 a month. Now, if you can get those 8 people on the left and 8 people on the right to tell a couple of people each, guess what? That's 25 platinum customers in the left leg and 25 platinum customers in the right leg. You are now earning $1,500 to $2,500 a month. Split the difference. You're earning $2,000 a month, right? You're somewhere in that neighborhood, and you're wearing a championship ring from our company. That's an extra $24,000 a year. And all you did was tell 4 people who got a couple, and now you're making a couple grand a month. I've had some people do this in 2 weeks. I've had some people do this in 2 months. I've had some people do this in 2 quarters. I've had some people do this in 2 years. I've had some people never do this, right? But clearly, if some people are doing it in 2 weeks and some are doing it in 2 months, it's something that's doable. If you mentally decide you want to do it, I believe you can get that done. And what could an extra $2,000 a month, extra income on top of what you're already doing, do for the family budget? You're thinking, hey, that feels kind of good. And that's why we're growing, because we can quickly show people how to have a positive financial result. Now, let's assume that you're 25 on the left and 25 on the right. Tell a couple of people each. Well, hey, guess what? That means you now have 63 customers in your left leg and 63 in your right leg. You are a 3-star director in our company, which is to say that you're making $30,000 to $40,000 per year ongoing residual income in the company. Let's assume that you're 63 on the left and 63 on the right. Tell 1 person each. You are now a 4-star director. You are now making $4,000 to $5,000 per month, an extra $50,000 to $60,000 per year. Hey, let's assume that you're 125, that only half of them tell 1 person each, right? Only half of the 125 tell 1 person each. That's going to give you 188 on the left, 188 on the right. That's going to make you an ambassador in our company, which is to say that you have an income of $90,000 to $110,000 a year. Now, the company just made a huge announcement. The ambassadors are getting this extra bonus. No one ever asked for it. Nobody's ever asked for this bonus. The companies are just decided to give it to them. It's about an extra $18,000 a year, by the way. Has your boss lately come to you and said, I'm going to give you an extra $18,000 a year just because you're awesome? Well, that's what they just did for every single ambassador. There's nothing they have to do to qualify it. They're going to get it automatically. How cool is that? That means that our ambassadors are now earning $100,000 a year easy, many earning 120 grand a year, some 130 grand a year, right? I mean, to get to ambassadors, only 188 left, 188 right. Now, I can tell you that Cynthia Sly did this in 6 months. I can tell you that Victor's Eager's brother, that Victor Nasiski, he did this in just under 5 months. I can tell you that Larissa is about to become an ambassador. She's been here since October or November, so call it 8, 9 months. I can tell you that Tatiana did it in 8 months. I can tell you that Keith Brown is going to do it in record time, less than anybody else. I can tell you that it took Ambassador Deborah Taylor 4 years to get here. I can tell you that lots of people will never get here, okay? That's not the point. The point is that, again, if some people are doing this in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, maybe it takes you 50 months, 60 months, 80 months. I don't know, you don't know your mix of skills, but how long have you been working already? 20 years. And if you quit today, how much residual income would you have? Approximately none, right? I mean, guys, if we can go out and find someone on the left and someone on the right that's excited and can begin to build your business, right? We can try to gain a positive financial outcome for you. And if you should become an ambassador in our company, you're looking at over $100,000 a year in reoccurring residual income that's here involved in our company. The pay program will go all the way up to $3,200 a day. That's over $1 million per year. And again, I just want to emphasize that this whole notion of earning money while you sleep, that's not something that's coming from me. That's coming from Warren Buffett, the 5th richest man in the world. This is his quote. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. Robert Kiyosaki said something very similar. He said that, the exchanging time for money is why you're not getting ahead. And the only people who get ahead, in fact, 95% of all the money is controlled by 5% of the population. And those are the people who've learned how to make money while they sleep. They've learned how to generate income that's no longer dependent upon their day-to-day efforts. By the way, this article that just came out from Yahoo Finance came out just a couple of days ago, and it said that the average Social Security check is $1,830.66 a month. And so again, for the people who don't do this, no, Todd, I'm going to work my whole life. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to work my 40, 50, 60 hours a week, right, for the next 40 years and try to retire on 40% of what I couldn't live on to begin with. And here's the check. Here's your big reward. $1,830.66. That's not me saying that, guys. This is the stats from Yahoo Finance, came out just this past week. You can see the date there, June 29th, 2023. It's right above the elderly lady picture there. You can see the date. This just came out. That is the average Social Security check. You have sold out your life for $1,800 a month. We've got people they're earning more than that in 2 weeks. Not everybody. That's a rare, but that's rare. I mean, I don't want to make people, oh, yeah, everyone's no. I mean, I've had like a few people do it 2 weeks and they were experienced. They knew what they were doing, right? I mean, so most people it takes much longer. But I mean, the fact that some people have done that in 2 weeks, I mean, as opposed to the next 40 years, right? I mean, so again, we have something that people are looking for. We have something that people are excited about. And then, of course, we have a lot of other perks, including the Louis Vuitton experience that my wife can tell you all about because she actually got to go through it with the, some of the other ladies that were a participant with this. In fact, Miss Gina, do we still have you?
I'm here.
So tell us about the Louis Vuitton experience.
So the Louis Vuitton experience was created by one of our founders, Mrs. Adela Hart. And when you become an ambassador with our company, you get to participate in this first class amazing experience. This video that Todd's showing you right now is from our Louis Vuitton trip last summer when we were all in Paris. And it was amazing. You see the staff out front, they're greeting us, they're dancing and twirling Mrs. Adela. And in a moment, you're going to see how all the crowd and the people had to wait in line. I think it was over an hour for them to get in, where we were escorted straight into this 4-story Louis Vuitton. Here we come right now. It's just an amazing experience what the company has done for us, where they have put this in place. And here we are where we're all getting escorted in. And you see all the people there on the street. They all start taking pictures because they can't imagine who we are, that we are getting to walk in while everybody else is waiting. And in a moment, you're going to see how the line wraps around the street. But once we get inside this store, it's a 4-story Louis Vuitton, like I said. We get escorted up to the 4th floor to a private showroom, and we are served champagne and sparkling water, cappuccinos, macaroons, other chocolates, croissants. It's just amazing experience. And then we are assigned a personal shopper who really spends time with us, wants to know what we're looking for, what kind of Louis Vuitton we're looking for, a handbag, wallet, a tote, clutch purse. It's just amazing. And then once we were done with our private styling specialist, we went back to the showroom and we just got to spend time with all the other ambassadors there. And it's just absolutely first-class experience.
Yeah, and again, a big part of our company for everybody out there, it's about giving people experiences that they would never have without our company. I know that we spent a lot of time tonight, talking about how you can travel for up to 70% off. We talked about how you can travel for virtually free. But understand, it's not just that you're going for virtually free. You're going to 4- and 5-star places that, quite frankly, most people would never stay at. I mean, you're staying at places that cost $600 a night normally. How many moms and dads are like, hey, let's go to Vegas and let's stay at the nicest place there for $600? No, they're not doing that. They're going down to Circus or some other place where maybe it's $100 a night or $180. They're not staying at the $600 a night, where they're up there, where they got the panoramic room view and they can have all the of lost. So it's not just traveling for less. It's giving people experiences they would never have otherwise. And that was a big part of the Louis Vuitton. Knowing that, we are a female-dominated company, we have tons of men, but we have, lots and lots of moms that love the idea of earning free vacations for their families. And so it was a program we put in place. And of course, a lot of women and even men. I mean, Louis Vuitton is one of those iconic brands. It's this thing that's unattainable for so many people, right? I mean, that they see, a purse costs $3 grand, $4 grand. I mean, how many are going to go drop $3-4 grand on a purse when they got kids that need braces and dentists and all those other kind of things? And so here we're just giving people that experience they would never have. And it's not just buying them the Louis Vuitton. It's going there where the staff is outside waiting for you, where you have a private salon with the macaroons and the champagne and the cappuccinos. This personal shopper has been assigned to you. They literally shut down the store for you, right? Not many people get to have that, right? We do the same thing with our ambassador vacations. We go every year, not one time, every single year. There's an ambassador vacation. It's an experience. When you become a 3-star ambassador, they start handing out $8,000 watches. This is the Omega 3. Now you can see this is the same watch that James Bond is wearing there when he's at the Casino Royale. In fact, there's my version right there. So I don't have the tuxedo. I don't have the Bond debonair. I don't have the martini shaking that stir, but I got the watch, baby, right? And so again, this is all about giving people experiences. So, hey, we appreciate you guys hopping on tonight. I shared some extra slides, not that I normally don't go through. I was sharing those numbers from the Social Security Administration. I was sharing the numbers about millennials. Again, 63% of the world's population no longer views vacations as a luxury item. They view it as a mandatory item, and that they would rather spend money on a dream vacation and experience than buy some other luxury item. You guys have the ability to go show them. They don't know that they can go to Dubai for $99. They don't know that they can go to Puerto Vallarta for $29. They don't know they can go to Copenhagen for $9. They don't know they can go to Athens, Greece for $99. They don't know that they can go to Paris, France for $279. They don't know that. You have the ability to go, hey, by the way, did you know? And when they sign up, create residual income for your family. So guys, it's all about right place, right time. You're here, but it means nothing if you don't do something about it. And so, hey, get back with whoever invited you to be here tonight. Get your questions answered. By the way, we're going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, live. Now, we got about 300 and some odd people coming in to Las Vegas for a training this upcoming weekend. It's going to be absolutely incredible. It's not too late. I mean, there's flights to Vegas from everywhere. And if you're someone who says, man, I want to change my life, or do you? Go buy a plane ticket and come out to Las Vegas, Nevada, and spend a day with us. If you give us a day, it'll change your life. I promise you, you will never look at things the same way. And so, I mean, if you can make it, you're fantastic. I encourage you to do that. If you can't make it, we will have a training call this Saturday you can get on. Not the same thing as being in Las Vegas. That is no, well, I'll just get on the training call. No, it's not even close. Not even remotely the same. But if you're not going to be in Vegas, then yes, be on the training call. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back here with Mr. Danny Seguinal. He has an amazing story. I mean, this is a guy that was a customer with our company for a full year before he ever decided to try to make money. He just loved to travel and travel for less. He was traveling everywhere, saving a bloody fortune, right? And he said, hey, I ought to tell people about this. You know, other people like to travel too. The planes are always packed. The hotels are packed. And in particular, he went to this one conference where there's just tons of people there. And he realized, wait a minute, I got my room for half price. Of all those thousands of people I saw there, how many of them would like to have their room for half price? And if I was the guy that told them how to do it, how much money would I make on that? And so he began to realize that, what am I doing? I mean, the one thing everybody wants to do, and I have the golden ticket to show them how to do it for less, how to do it even for virtually free. So he decides, hey, I'm going to go build this as a business. His business booms, takes off all over the world. He quits his job. He no longer has to work at the hospital. Today, he literally lives in resorts and visits home. I mean, when you get to hear about, this guy was in Europe for 2 months. He was in Cabo San Lucas for 6 months. He was in Las Vegas, Nevada for 6 weeks. He's there now in Vegas this very moment. He was in Punta Cana for 2 months with his mom. He was in Thailand, the Maldives, Bali. I mean, I don't know where this guy's at. And so anyway, he's constantly traveling. I mean, doing what he wants, when he wants, with whom he wants. This is called freedom, because he can make money from this mobile phone, showing people what they want to do, the one thing they want to do. So appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Danny will be here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock California, 9 o'clock East Coast time. And until then, God bless. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.